This is OneWrestling.com, 24/7 wrestling news.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Ray's Wrestling Show. I am the Mark of the Masters, the man with the plan. Big Ray here to stay to talk some WWE 13 today. Ladies and gentlemen, I am excited to do my first video game review for OneWrestling.com. You can find me here every week doing my TNA reviews and recaps, and also my TNA preview shows, or TNA pay-per-view preview shows at OneWrestling.com or YouTube.com/OneWrestlingVideo, or you can follow me at Big Ray's Show on Twitter. Now, last year, very excited about WWE 12, and I've been playing wrestling games since, my goodness gracious, I've been playing wrestling games since Nintendo's WrestleMania. That, I think, was my very first, no, I'm wrong, I'm sorry, my first wrestling game wasn't WrestleMania. I had the Sega Master System, and my first game was just pro wrestling. It was a tag team based wrestling game. Anyway, I've been playing video games a really long time, and wrestling video games. I'm a big sports video game guy. I don't really play Black Ops. I really don't play Call of Duty. I don't play role-playing games. I love sports games. I love wrestling games. I love fighting games, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, so on and so forth. But we're reviewing WWE 13, and I gotta be honest with you, WWE 12 last year, after I beat the Road to WrestleMania, that was it. I pretty much traded it in. The controls were god-awful. Well, did THQ and WWE fix that problem? Another thing was I couldn't get on the server. You know, one of the cool things is that you can get on the WWE server and you can download other arenas. You can download wrestlers from other organizations like TNA or New Japan or so on and so forth. Really cool if you can get online. Well, let's see if WWE and THQ fix this. I'm really excited to do my first review, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just jump right into it.
Alright, so the first thing I'm going to jump into is the first thing that you look at when you buy a video game. Now, obviously, gameplay is extremely important, but you want to make sure the game looks good or realistic. I gotta say, WWE 13 does an excellent job. I mean, THQ did a fantastic job. The game looks phenomenal. I think it looks a lot better than last year's version. I mean, you could just do a quick comparison. Look at Alberto Del Rio from last year. I mean, and look at him this year. I mean, he looked like a freaking Muppet last year. Other than that, I mean, you know, some of the older models, like the, not the older models, but the Attitude Era models, I mean, you know, they could be a little off here and there, but other than that, it looks fantastic. The game looks really good. I mean, the collision detection is really good in the game. When you're punching somebody, you know, you rarely miss if you're really up close. Very good collision detection. I mean, you're gonna have, you know, little issues here and there. It's gonna look a little glitchy when you're picking up a table, or, you know, when you pick up a weapon. But I'm sure THQ and WWE can develop a patch to fix that down the line. Now, the camera angles, yes, they jump from here and there, but that's what they do with WWE program. I think it adds, you know, to the realism, and it makes you feel like you're actually watching WWE programming. Some people will say, oh, well, jumping camera angles is distracting. Well, fine. You can actually turn off that option. So, the arenas themselves now, the arenas actually look really good. Everything from the elasticity of the ropes to the bounce of the ring. I mean, the arenas look great. The lighting looks fantastic. The crowd looks good. I mean, the models look fantastic. So, in my estimation, I think graphics-wise, this game gets an 8.5. Excellent job by WWE. One of the best-looking games this year.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking? The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Miami, Florida, weighing 260 pounds, The Rock.
Alright, so the next thing I want to jump into is sound. And I was relatively pleased with what the WWE did and THQ did with this game, taking actual sound or taking actual play-by-play from the Attitude Era and putting it into the game. I mean, that was genius, and it was really, really cool. It actually added realism and allowed me to relive, you know, the Attitude Era. Like, I really felt like I was actually watching WWE programming from back in the Attitude Era. Really cool. I mean, when Triple H is cutting a promo that he did back in 1999, it's his actual promo. When you hear that Mick Foley's getting thrown off the top of the cage and broken in half, it's actually Jim Ross from back in the day making, doing the play-by-play. So that's really cool. The only problem I have is the now generation play-by-play. What they basically did was, and maybe I'm 100% wrong, but I don't think I am, they basically ported their play-by-play from WWE 12, made a couple of tweaks, and put it into this game. And to be honest with you, WWE 12's play-by-play wasn't the best part of the game. It actually was its weak point. So I really wasn't happy that they didn't, maybe get the guys and tell them to come into the studio and just record a whole new track for this game. Now, the actual ring sound and everything from the slamming of the mat to the ring bell actually sounds all really good. The voiceovers, really good. So, unfortunately, if you're going to play in Attitude Era mode, it's going to be great. But if you're going to play in WWE Universe mode, or if you're going to play, an exhibition match, it's not going to really sound that great. So unfortunately, because of that, I'm going to actually bring my score down. I think if they would have improved it, it could have been an 8 or maybe even a 9. Hopefully WWE does something different next year. But unfortunately, they only get a 7 this round. Okay, so another really important thing people look into when they're getting a game is online play. Obviously, nowadays, it's difficult to get a group of your friends together, and spend a couple of hours fighting or playing against each other. In most sports game, online play is probably the most important thing, or one of the most important things in any sports game. Now, the online play for WWE 13 so far stinks because you can never get on the server. Last year, WWE 12, you were able, they had all these cool, you could actually download storylines, and you can download wrestlers that actually don't wrestle for your organization, and you can actually go and fight your friend who lives in China or Africa or Germany or so on and so forth. You can play all over the world. But what good is that when you can't freaking get onto the server? I don't know what it is with WWE and THQ. I thought maybe this year would be totally different, but I was very, very disappointed to find out that this year is having the same issue. Maybe it's just me. I know it's not my PlayStation 3 because I can play all my other games online with absolutely no problem. I can download content with no problem. But for some reason, when I tried to download a character, the other day I tried to download Goldberg, and it took me forever. And guess what? The freaking server went down, and I couldn't finish downloading Bill Goldberg. I was very, very, very upset. Now, if the WWE and THQ can fix this, the online play will probably get a 9. It will probably be one of their best things. You can go online and actually, like I said, download stories and fight them out with your friends, so on and so forth. But unfortunately, man, that whole issue with the server going down every time you log in or want to download something, it brings the score all the way down. I gave that a 6. So again, online play, until it's fixed, until WWE and THQ actually send a patch to the PlayStation Network. And I don't know, again, if the Xbox 360 has this problem, but definitely with the PlayStation Network, you have this problem. And this is one of my biggest gripes from last year, and this is going to be another big gripe this year. Again, online play gets only a 6. Alright, so now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, and that's gameplay. One of the most important parts of any video game. And I gotta be honest with you, WWE 13 has stepped it up this year. The game controls are just smoother. They're better. Last year I would literally put my game and want to throw the control through my flat screen television because I couldn't get a damn reverse. This year, not only can you actually reverse a move, but it gives you visual feedback. It lets you know on the screen whether you're early, whether you're late, whether you're on time. Also, the oh my god moments. This is so cool. I really enjoyed trying this out. And basically, you know, they're different oh my god movies. Anything from a suplex from the top rope out to the ring, to, you know, barreling through your opponent and knocking him through the barricade, to collapsing the ring. And the only way you can do that is actually with two super heavyweights. You know, if you want to get the game and try it out, maybe you can get Great Khali and Mark Henry, or maybe the Big Show and Great Khali. And basically what you got to do is when you got them in a corner, you know, you hit your finisher button, and it'll automatically jump into that oh my god moment. Really cool. I mean, the catching finishers, another innovative thing that the WWE has done. Now, we remember Randy Orton a couple of months ago, you know, when I forgot who he was wrestling, but they jumped off the top rope. Randy Orton sprung up, caught him in midair, and hit him with the RKO. Well, you can basically do that, and I actually tried it in this game, and it was phenomenal. Really well done by THQ and WWE. The artificial intelligence is much better. I mean, you know, basically, if you're going to be playing on normal, it's going to be a good competitive match, and you'll have fun playing it. You're not going to find yourself super frustrated, you know, trying to get a reversal or hit a finisher and having your opponent kicking out after 6 finishers. I mean, but if you play on a harder level, you're going to find it to be more competitive. Also, I noticed that whenever you fight different matches, if you're fighting a tag team match, if you're fighting a Hell in a Cell match, if you're fighting, if you're in, let's just say a Street Rules match or a no DQ match, every match seems to feel different. And that's fantastic. I mean, a tag team match or a one-on-one singles match shouldn't feel like a cage match. And I don't know if I'm really explaining. I think you're going to have to get your hands in the game and find out. But each match plays different. And I really enjoyed it. Now, one of the most important things is learning the game. Now, you know, some people like to just jump into this to a game and just try it out. The fact of the matter is, I tried doing that with WWE 12, and I actually had to go into the game manual and find out how to play this game. This isn't a game that you could just pick up and play. You have to learn how to use the reversals. You have to learn how to actually play the game to have fun. But I think once you actually learn how to play the game, once you get familiarized with the controls, I think the gameplay is phenomenal. So I was really excited to give gameplay a 9.0. Alright, so the next thing and the final thing I'm going to get into is the fun factor and replay factor. And I think the fun factor in WWE 13 is extremely high, and I think the replay factor is very high. Why do I say that? Endless customization. I mean, you can customize everything from belts to arenas to wrestling to the wrestler's actual abilities and stats. You can take an entire TNA roster and import them into WWE 13 and have your own universe. You can have TNA versus WWE, like an invasion type thing. I mean, it's amazing. The downloadable content, you know, you can access it through fan access, which is about $20, and you can download all the downloadable content that's going to be coming in the next few months, or you can do it one at a time, or you can play the game through and slowly unlock individual things one by one. Now, with all the customization, the Attitude Era, which is so much fun for me to play, and obviously, just like Road to WrestleMania, after we're done with Road to WrestleMania, after we're done with the Attitude Era portion of our game, you know, you may get a little bored. Well, the WWE Universe is totally customizable. I mean, you can basically put John Cena now on Raw and take 2004 John Cena and put him on SmackDown and have them go against each other. It is really cool. Again, being able to customize, download, upload, download wrestlers from other organizations, customize your ring, customize your arena, customize your belts. If you live in New York, if you live in California, if you live in Ohio, let's say you want to have the Ohio Heavyweight Championship. You can make that title if you wish. It is really, really cool. And because of all the customization, because of all the choices that you have regarding characters and belts, and it's just so much you can do, and that makes the replay factor extremely high. To be honest with you, you could probably play this game well into the next 3 years if you want. I mean, I know some guys that actually have older WWE games that they continue to play on WWE Universe, and they've had it since last year, and they're still, doing their thing on WWE Universe. So it depends on what you like, ladies and gentlemen. I was very, very happy with this. I'm not going to give it a perfect score, but for replay factor, for fun factor, I'm definitely going to give this a 9.5.
Alright, so this is my review of WWE 13. If I have to give the game an overall score, it's definitely going to be a solid 8. Very, very good game. A couple of kinks here and there. Not a big deal. This game is definitely a buy. The replay value of this game is ridiculous. Now, I would like to know what you guys think. At OneWrestling.com, we always say that it is about you. We want to hear your opinion, and everything that we say is opinion-based. Now, wouldn't it be awesome if WWE 14 would focus on the golden age of professional wrestling? Would it be possible for them to get Hulk Hogan's license and bring that and port it over to the WWE 14? Could you imagine a game that focuses on the WrestleManias of back in the day? WrestleMania 1, Hulk Hogan and Mr. T versus Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper. Maybe we can relive the first Royal Rumble. Or maybe perhaps we can relive Hulk Hogan slamming Andre. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, could you imagine the tag team division? The Hart Foundation, the Killer Bees, Demolition. Man, I would love to see that in WWE 14. What do you guys think? Ladies and gentlemen, you can catch me here every single week doing my TNA reviews and recaps for OneWrestling.com or YouTube.com/OneWrestling video. Please follow me on Twitter at Big Ray's Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I always say this. I would do this for a living, but if I couldn't, I would do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, please check me out here at OneWrestling.com. I'll see you next time. Peace.